welcome. Happy Monday. This is Joyce, aka Memoirs. We are here for another Monday morning marketing as they are already talking about the Super Bowl, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Isaac and host Nick Love are in session. Thank you for listening. I'll exit the stage. I hope you enjoy.
How their bread is going to be affected over the next 4 years and just try to keep everybody in pocket. But that was definitely a commercial that I definitely rock with. That Pfizer commercial.
I agree. The Snoop one I posted. I mean, I saw you had retweeted or like when I posted it on Twitter. Like the Snoop one, I say the same thing. It was considering that he had just performed at the Trump inauguration, and then for him to do that commercial, it was. I'm like, okay, I'm on board with the message. I think anybody can get on board with the message. I think the messengers, and it's funny that you mentioned Tom Brady because I actually had kind of forgot about Tom and how he was moving, with the Make America Great hat and the whole thing that he was doing for a little while. But and the reason that we forgot is remember he never really had to answer or speak about it. He did it. He had it in the locker. Nobody really questioned it. And it was around that time, with the Kaepernick stuff. And everybody was like, well, why Kaepernick always got to answer for everything he do? But when Tom Brady or any of these other athletes kind of do something a little slick like that, nobody has the balls to really ask them like, hey, so tell me about this hat. Like, what's going on with it? So I actually had forgot about Tom. But Snoop, we were all talking about Snoop because we were like, oh, man, for real? You going to go do that? And so that was an interesting choice for sure. And it was, what was it? Was it Stop the Hate or like,
Yeah, stop the hate.
They have filmed that commercial's been airing for a little while. 'Cause I saw that commercial a few weeks ago. I saw a commercial like right after, I want to say right after he did the inauguration. I saw that commercial. So that commercial's been out for a while.
Gotcha. But like I said, I think everybody's gonna be able to get on board with the message. It was very safe for him to do because who's gonna be like, fuck that? No, keep hating. Like, man, we're gonna ride with the overall sentiment of the commercial. Let me ask y'all this before we go to the next ad. Does that rehab his image? Does it help any, or does it just make you side out the whole thing?
What's wrong with his image? See, we be
Yeah.
saying stuff like everybody black agree with the same thing. Like, what's wrong with his image?
Yeah, what's wrong? The whole, and I'll say this, yeah, the whole Snoop thing with the inauguration. I
Snoop
think
and Nate.
that, I mean, well, I think I can only speak for what I know from the the event that Snoop did, and again, it was absolutely adjacent to the inauguration, but I think that people were taking that moment and saying that Trump is back. I mean, Snoop is backing Trump, or he's supporting Trump, or he got paid by Trump, or all this other stuff, and that's not really what it was. But um, yeah, people have kind of been running away with that narrative, and so again, though, but I mean that he chose to I mean he understood probably what would happen by doing that, and so that's cool. But I don't think it affects Snoop's image by way of pop culture. It might affect his image by some of us in our community that are really pissed at what's going on with the administration. But I think by and large, I think he's still booked to do the voice. He's still a coach on the voice. He'll still be doing the Winter Olympics and the Summer Olympics, and he'll be, he's locked in with NBC, so he got a massive check. So
Oh yeah, no, I mean Snoop's definitely getting money, but the social media narrative around Snoop had definitely changed post that performance. So when I'm looking at social media last night, that was the comment. That majority of the commentary, just like Joseph said, the majority of conversation around it was, "Yo, what are we doing?" You know what I'm saying? Like, it's sending two contrasting messages, or whatever. So regardless of whether he took a financial hit, the narrative around Snoop definitely took a bit of a change, and I would imagine it's affected his Q score a little bit. But I think I said I like the overall sentiment of the commercial, so it's gonna be hard to like really go against it because it was just no one's gonna say no. I want to keep the hate. You know what I'm saying? So it's just gonna work. So shouts out to Snoop for doing the commercial. I mean, I ain't mad at it.
I think
Um,
the I
Go ahead,
think
though.
the impactful, not because of the creativity behind it. The one that, I mean, as far as the theme they came up with, but the one that just kind of remembered most to me, and I think Noel started to mention it, was the Angel Soft commercial, because it was like anti-commercial.
Great commercial.
Yeah,
That was
I mean,
great. That was awesome.
there wasn't a lot put into the development of it. I mean, yeah, they still had to spend the same dollar to put it on, but as far as what was paid to create it was minimal. But it was like the anti-commercial, and how subtle of an advertising. Hey, yeah, get up and go use our product.
I would like to know because what I noticed is a lot of CPG brands, a lot of food and beverage companies that are advertising. I mean, an absorbent amount. My wife and I were at Trader Joe's, and it was so crowded to the point where I literally had to take her to another Trader Joe's. So when people were coming out, I was just asking, was like, Super Bowl? I'm joking, but then it turned out it wasn't so much a joke. They're like, yeah, I got to get my stuff for the Super Bowl. I kind of would want to know, like, the psychoanalytics. Are the advertisers they're reaching out to or seeking directly associated to the potential of one perhaps going during a break or a halftime to the grocery store to actually buy these particular items when they see them? Because it's a lot. Dunkin' Donuts. Who else was on there?
It,
Ritz
U-
Crackers. It's a
Uber
lot of
Eats
food
was
and
a good
beverage companies
commercial.
that's advertising. Pizza
I
Hut.
like the Uber Eats commercial with
Yeah.
McConaughey and Kevin Bacon and them, and it was around that premise that the game was built to promote food and beverages. And I thought it was really funny. I think the other one that promoted the Uber app that had to do with restaurants, and he was sitting outside in the rain, and these other people were sitting across the street in a restaurant. I thought that was catered to, that was like traditional Super Bowl commercial, and I like both of those. The Instacart commercial with all of the
That was the
brands
one.
coming to the
Yep.
house. Yeah,
Yep.
that was pretty fire too. I really enjoyed that one.
The
And the Taco
Instacart
Bell
one.
commercial, like it's like
Yeah.
another anti-commercial, like no celebrities, de-influencing. So I thought that was cool. It's about the people now, and the people make the product. So all the installations they did around with people, like real people taking pictures at Taco Bell. I thought that was pretty cool.
Hey, so look, hold up. We at the midpoint of the call. So anybody in the audience, we don't have my normal guy Gary here to bring you up. So I'll be looking in the audience. If you got anything you want to add to the conversation or any questions you want to ask, just raise your hand, and I'll make sure I get you up here on the stage, and we keep the conversation going. I do want to say real quick, the Instacart ad, the lady who actually created the ad, she was on LinkedIn yesterday, like after the ad aired, and she was saying that they had made a conscious decision. Yeah, she said they had made a conscious decision to not use any celebrities or in the ad. So that kind of, that constraint made them get a little bit more creative. And so what they did was go and get, they had like the Jolly Green Giant, they had the Pillsbury Doughboy, they had the Kool-Aid Man, which made me realize that I haven't had Kool-Aid in 20 years. Do any of y'all still drink Kool-Aid?
Keep it that way, Nick.
No.
Keep it that way.
No.
It was a
Take it
whole
to
lot
I
of
literally forgot
140
about
on that
Kool-Aid.
street.
take it to
It
not
A
having it for
whole
the
lot
rest
of
of your life.
140.
But that
But
ad,
seriously,
that's what I mean.
seriously though, like, do
Actual
kids still
song.
drink Kool-Aid? Do kids drink Kool-Aid nowadays? Like,
Preferably not. Preferably not.
Not my kids.
Don't get the kids the Kool-Aid, ladies and gentlemen. But Nick, that ad, the song, they had to take it to the house in there. The whole concept of, and that's the new chief marketing officer, the lady that actually posted on LinkedIn. She just joined as a CMO. But they had the actual items run into the house, and the song was suggesting what was transpiring. Take it to the house, take it to the house. And by the time they run the doorbell, they morph into regular items and they weren't real anymore. And then they pour the grocery bags over. So again, I would love to see the psychoanalytics around that. Like how many people are going to actually then say, you know what? I do want some groceries. Let me order some, because even the ad was suggesting that subconsciously. I'm going on mute.
yeah, that
Uh,
was great.
a commercial that people looked over that I thought was really good was the Helmets commercial with Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan. To
Yeah, that's a good
the
one.
old
Yeah,
Yes.
what's that
when
movie?
Harry
Is that
Yes.
Sleepless in Seattle?
when
When
Harry
Harry Met
When
Sally.
no
Harry
when
met
Harry
Mary
Sally.
Miss
Sally.
Sally.
Yeah, and it's funny because a lot of the younger people that were in the at the party yesterday was like, y'all don't know what that is. And they were like, huh? And I was like, yeah. They were like, oh yeah, and they didn't get it because I mean that movie came out in the '90s, so they weren't even born. A lot of them weren't even born yet, so which is crazy.
Hey
Um,
Isaac, who was in the Rocket Mortgage commercial? Because I know I don't remember the commercial yesterday. I barely remember it yesterday, but this morning I was driving and I heard Envy. He did a commercial about the commercial for Rocket Mortgage, and I thought that was interesting that they would do a commercial last night and then they would pay to have an influencer talk about how great the commercial was the next day. That was crazy
I
to
didn't
me.
see that. I don't know if I saw that commercial.
I think it was good for it was proper placement. So they were singing "Take Me Home, Country Road," and the commercial was right before they cut to the stadium, and then the whole stadium was singing "Take Me Home." So I thought that commercial was perfect.
Oh yeah, and I like. Oh yeah, another commercial that I thought was really well. I didn't think it was good, but I got it immediately. Was the Open AI commercial, the Chat
Oh yeah,
GPT
that was
commercial.
funny. That was
The chat.
funny.
As soon as I saw that dot on the screen, that's marketing though. As soon as I saw the dot on the screen, I was like, oh, Chat GPT, and that was really good. And another one that I think that actually did very very well, even though um was the what's the Homes.com. So with Morgan Freeman, actually thought that's the ones that I actually paid
Yeah,
attention to those commercials.
that was a good commercial. They had two of them
Yeah, two
actually.
of them. Yeah,
Actually, I feel like they had more than that.
yeah.
It
They
was
had
a
like
two or three.
they had like two. I think they have two or three. Yeah,
Yeah, they spent some money last night.
yeah, they did. They spent a lot of.
Does anybody want to go buy a home now based on that commercial though?
I mean,
Anybody go
people.
to the web?
I might
It,
look
it,
through homes.com is the best.com.
Yeah,
did you go to that? Did you
yeah.
go to that?
I
Did you go to
actually
that?
did,
Yeah.
but it's funny. I'm always curious when we run these ads on television, how many people actually go do the thing. Like you said, I never went to the Yeezy site. I saw the commercial. I was like, oh, hush, yay being yay, haha.
I
And
did
then
the
I kept
fetch.
it
I did
pushing.
the
I never
fetch.
went to the site.
I did the fetch, Nick. They had the fetch rewards app. One, because I'm in tech, so I know about all those apps. Plus, they raised like a lot of money, like $500 million, and they had their CEO they put a barcode on the TV. They said, "This now we're giving away $1.2 million in the next 5 minutes," and then you scan the code, you jump in there. They were giving out $10,000 to people in real time. They changed their whole app as well. They locked out the regular app and they only had one UI, which was the live UI. But the trick was, I started reading the terms. They were giving it to the most active people on the platform. I don't utilize Fletch. I just went in there to copy some of their features, but I don't utilize the app. But the people that were utilizing apps, I started going to their profiles. I was like, oh, that's why this person won. This person been on Fest for 6 years at 16,000 points. He gave away $1.2 million in real time. So that was kind of cool how they did that. I got some
That's
ideas
hard.
for going
Damn, I
on.
would have won. I love Fetch. Give me my
Oh
gift
man.
cards.
Yeah, there was another mug. It was kind of like the Stanley. It was called Circle that they was giving out something. I saw that. I actually looked. I was like, I don't know what the hell Circle is.
The crypto
And
company?
so
They gave out 100,000 circle bottles. It's like a tip that you put on water and it flavors it when you drink through
uh,
the straw.
uh,
So they to stop people from buying soda.
yeah, it was like, hey, look at your door. You might have a circle on your doorstep. I was like, do I? Like I had to go open my door for a second. Like I don't think I got none. So that was curious. We got Tall Boy up here. We got Queen Sua, and we got who we got? Really, Rebecca up here. So let's get the ladies first. Queen Sua, appreciate you jumping on. Tell us where you calling from, and go ahead and give your comment or your question.
Hey guys, how are you?
All
So
right.
my question is that have y'all seen the cowboy hat commercial?
Yeah, that was weird. Like
I
the
Yeah, I
didn't.
saw
I
skinned
didn't
that
even
one.
know what.
skinned
Wasn't
hat
that
head thing.
weird?
I didn't know
That's
what that was
Tubi.
for.
That was the
Was it
Tubi ad.
Tubi?
Yes, it
Oh
was
yeah, that
Tubi
was
ad.
Tubi. Yeah, that was
That was a
Tubi.
Tubi ad?
Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
Tubi ad.
But what
It
was
didn't.
it advertising?
Yeah,
It
I didn't
was like
understand.
it was a cowboy hat with the other. Some of the people had wizard heads. It was weird. It was.
It was
I
almost
don't know
like,
what they was
oh,
doing.
come and be one of us. You're one of us now.
I don't want to be
Type
one of Tubi.
vibes.
Ain't gonna lie to y'all. It was weird. Tubi scared me. I'm Duran. How did you end up watching the game on Tubi? By the way,
Oh yeah, I watched it on Tubi too. You have to sign up.
I have the app.
but I guess I'm asking, how did y'all default to Tubi versus the Fox broadcast. Like,
Because it's on
I
there.
don't,
All
I
you
don't.
gotta do is just sign up, and then yeah, you could watch it for free.
Yeah, I know. I think I know what you're asking. So, Nick, I utilize apps. I don't do cable or any of that other stuff. I have like 4,000 apps on my phone. Everything I do is through apps. So it was automatic for me. I wasn't going to go no damn Fox or log into YouTube TV. And I'm saying this at 38. I'm 38 going on 60 mentally, but I still got my youth, man. I'm going in the other direction as far as my youth, man. I'm not going on a fucking Fox broadcast, finding a channel. Like, how do I do that? All my
Word.
stuff is through
Oh,
apps.
wow.
well, I use DirecTV Stream, so I have that
Direct
app.
TV. What's
Yeah,
that? Third?
Oh yeah, I retired from that.
no, but I have DirecTV Stream, so I just have DirecTV Stream.
The
So it's like
AT&T. The AT&T company.
yeah, it's an app. It's an app on my Apple TV. So I
Don't
just
third. All the kids think you're cool. You're good. Don't say that out loud. Just say you did too.
no,
Yeah. just say you did too.
I like DirecTV Stream. I mean, I got all the streaming stuff. I mean, I got everything. That's what my point was. Just I got all of them. So, but yeah, I was watching on DirecTV Stream. What up,
Yeah.
tall boy? What's going on,
Appreciate
tall boy?
we appreciate you, Queen Sue. Yeah, look at some talk. What you got?
Man, so a lot of this stuff you guys already made a quick sentiment or talked about it earlier, but the Meta Ray Bans, I got 3 pair of those. I got 2 first generation and I got the newest version. I love the fact that they show people how it works. I have literally been in rooms, I've literally traveled and being hands free just to know that it works, to know you can take pictures, phone calls, listen to music. And now with the new features of being able to use, I think it's SoundCloud or one of the sound, play this song and it'll automatically play it. I think that was really, really great that they did that. The Fetch commercial really had me because I'm in the live streaming. So to see me scan that QR code, it literally took me to a live stream. I was very impressed with that. To Duran's point, I did not know because I was literally recording on my second phone what was actually happening in real time because I was like, I've never seen anything like this where a QR code takes me to a live stream. Thirdly, the Taco Bell commercial, I thought that was dope because they did put a little celebrity in it, but they kept saying that it was all about our customers because our customers focus solely. They're the ones that make us, and we want you. And I think they were giving away a free taco because I went to their actual app and they were giving away something, but you had to use it by the end of the night or something like that. And then the Nike women's flag football with Brad. I thought that was, I think that they really hit the mark saying, hey, women's football, women's sports, that should be included, or let's make this great for everybody. And lastly, the Yeezy commercial. I thought it was a waste of $7 or $8 million, but I did go to his website at the time, and everything was $20. He was selling Sean John. He was selling like a plethora of things, and I'm like, why is he selling Sean John on his website? He had like the grill, and he had some other symbols that I had never heard of before, and I really just felt like that was just a waste. But I also know that he was using that for data. So to now go to Yeezy.com now and see that he's only got one image on his site versus what I saw last night. I don't know what he did with the data, but that's just what it is. So that was my good, and then the one market ploy that he did with Yeezy. That's and I land there.
So, boy, thank you as always, bro. I love it. He's on his free puff campaign right now. So, like, he was saying, he was tweeting about Kendrick should get on during the halftime show and say free puff. And I'm like, okay, I get, hey, Kanye been on one, since like Tuesday or Wednesday of this past week. And so I was expecting something wild. I was shocked when y'all said that there was a swastika shirt on the site. And Duran, I hear what you're saying. I guess that, that was an African symbol. I didn't know that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I had never heard that. But on the flip side of that, and I guess maybe we can have that on another call, reclaiming, repurposing the swastika or just any image or even words, I don't know that works with this. I mean, I know how we took the word nigga and kind of flipped it and adopted it and made our own. I don't know that we can flip the swastika, even if that's where it originated from. I don't know that plays well. And I don't, we need to discuss that on another call. But Duran, you definitely did educate me on something earlier. So shouts out to you for letting me know about that. Really, Rebecca, got you up on the stage. Go for it.
something else that caught my ear, and I don't think anybody noticed it, but I thought it was very interesting because it was kind of close to what I say. I know that Taco Bell hadn't seen me talk, but in the Taco Bell commercial, the one thing that I always say is celebrities don't make apps, communities do. And there was a line in it. If you look at the Taco Bell ad, they were like, celebrities don't make Taco Bell, fans do. And I was like, wow. It was very cool though. I thought that was cool. But this is the truth. I mean, it's like celebrities don't make, focusing more on the community and the people. If you look at the Taco Bell ad, I thought that was dope. Because it's the fact that Taco Bell is understanding that celebrities, are cool. They're great to bring attention, but the community of people that support Taco Bell make the company what it is, and that's what we believe over here.
That was a nice
Totally
amount of
agree.
people going at the celebrities. Fetch did the same thing when they did the live and gave away the 1.2. That's the
Hmm.
first thing the CEO said. He was like, typically people will just throw this type of money at the celebrities, but we're not going to do that. We're going to give it to you. And they threw another shot at celebrity. On that same call, they took a break when every 200,000 they gave away until they got to 1.2 million, they took a break. They went over to a phone that was mounted on a wall and they called Taylor Swift, but they called it Taylor Swaff. It was a fake Taylor Swift as at the game that looked like Taylor Swift, but she worked for the company Fetch. She was like, let's call our celebrity friend that's live at the game. And they pulled up the actual call list and it said Taylor Swaff. And then when she answered, she looked like Taylor, but she wasn't Taylor. So they were kind of throwing a shot at the celebrities too. And the other companies that utilize the celebrities. I'm going on mute.
I definitely missed that. Hey, really, Rebecca, you get your mic fixed, ready to go? She might need to update the
Yeah.
app. Ain't that what it is, Isaac? Yeah.
No, she has to
Um,
get the app permission to use her microphone.
there it is. So I'm gonna leave you up here on the stage, but we're
It's
gonna
the
go to
settings.
Precious real quick while you getting it figured out.
Hey everyone,
Precious, what's going on? How you doing?
doing good. I'm calling in from Atlanta here. As far as
Hey,
yeah, as far as the commercials go, I would say my favorite would be the one with Ludacris for Haagen-Dazs, Fast and the Furious. I thought that was just a really smart and clean cut commercial. I mean, you really can't beat that. And also, when everyone was mentioning the Instacart one, I love Instacart, and I kind of like that they utilize AI mostly. Like instead of really just going straight to celebrities, they kind of leveraged AI to create commercial. So that was pretty dope as well. And last but not least, of course, the Kanye thing. I feel like it's just shock value. I think a lot of his marketing for the longest time now has been shock value, and just living off of kind of like just creating like narratives where people can discuss, whether they agree with him or disagree with him. And that's how he makes his sales. So I think that's kind of what he went with for this one as well, which is not surprising to me.
hey, thank you, Precious. The Kanye thing. Let me ask y'all something about Kanye in particular. If because a lot of people have been saying this over the past week about his marketing just being shock value, shock, just antics. Do any of it, the people that are on stage, do y'all believe that if he has to get away from that, like once everybody's no longer shocked, no one's no longer amused or entertained by what he does, do we believe in Kanye's creativity and talent enough that he can just say, you know what, all right, cool, I guess I got to go back to just being really, really dope at what I do? Do we believe he can get back to that, or is this just the Kanye we're gonna have from here on out?
I
He's
don't.
gonna have
I'm
to.
over it. I'm over it. Like, stay in your lane. Go where you want to go. Do what you want to do. Say whatever you want to say, but stay there. To
I
me,
think.
it's the backpedaling. Like, if that's how you feel, then continue to feel that way. But yeah, go ahead, Isaac.
Well, I was gonna say that it's he's actually doing the most effective marketing strategy, which again is just it is conflict. And I think that conflict will always work because we're so tied to the beliefs of what we have. Now, I might not agree with the type of conflict he's trying to create, but so like hearkening Puff and Kendrick in the same phrase or talking about, the stuff that all the stuff he's been saying online, but creating any reaction that you can create from an individual that gets them angry and in their feelings is the best marketing because those are the types of situations where people have to respond. They feel compelled to respond. They have to respond because you've triggered them. And Kanye knows that. And the fact that Elon is giving him a platform to trigger people, which is not anybody's, again, to trigger people is really leaves him the opportunity to create really, really effective marketing for the people that don't like him and for the people that like him. So whether you like Kanye or hate Kanye, Kanye has your attention. And if we're talking strictly about marketing, then that is an incredible marketing strategy because, that's really why people are talking about him. Like everybody's been talking about Kanye the last week. Of course, there's a good portion of people that are over it, but the people that he's offending, again, are talking about him, and that works. And the people that are against the people that he's offending or are happy that he's offending a certain type of person, like I'm pretty sure Elon is happy about that, all that kind of stuff, like what's going on. That from the side of that is marketing, and I think that will always be something that works.
Well, that's why I
So for
asked the
me,
question though, because I honestly did not care. And I'm a Kanye fan, or at least was a Kanye fan. And I'm not a Kanye fan because of what he said, and I'm so offended. I'm more so just like, I just haven't liked the music in a while. And so because of how he's moved in the last few years, I really thought zero of anything Kanye did over it. I only brought him up on this call because of who he is and what his name is, and that I know he's a person that elicits a response. But everything, the Twitter tirade that he went on, I was like, oh, okay, cool. It was kind of like the crazy homeless person that you see at the bus station. You don't pay him no real attention. You don't respond. You don't reply.
But that's not why though. That's not his audience or his demographic anymore. The people that are paying attention to him are between the ages of 15 and 24. That demo
Gotcha.
is all the way in. Like there's there's like this rebel culture that I think that is really, really powerful. Like even with academics, like academics is like, you can say what you want about academics, but I promise you, I guarantee you that even though it might look to us like Joe Budden might be more popular than academics, there's no way that academics is far more popular than Joe Budden. And he's far more popular than Joe Budden because he's giving a voice to the voiceless. Like he leaked Kendrick's set list before the show. And he was like, the chat gave it to me. He's like, one of the kids that work in the arena, he's in the chat. So y'all can't stop. So y'all can't stop the chat. And so he's actually, that was very genius marketing because even for academics, he's saying, look, there's no bit of information anymore that can be kept private because I have these sleeper agents everywhere. Everywhere you can think of, any secret that you think that you're going to have or put out, somebody is in the building, is in the chat, and they're going to tell me, and there's nothing that you can keep from me. And I thought that was like, I thought that was pretty gangster.
But
so
what the
for
target
me on
audience is,
Kanye,
go ahead.
no, for me, Kanye, I understand why specifically Black people are probably upset with him, even what he was saying. One, I can't trust people that say that they believe in freedom of expression, and then when someone expresses themselves different from what they're accustomed to, they want to challenge it. So my trust me to go down for those people opposed to Kanye. I just look at it and say maybe he really wants to say that. Maybe he really is thinking that in his mind. Maybe he really wants to express themselves. And guess what? Whatever consequences come with that, I don't have any in mind because I don't have a bias towards how he should talk. He's going to have to deal with that. He just posted a tweet saying he's going to log out, and he thanks Elon for actually giving him the ability to rant on the internet. But here's the other side to it. Black people got highly upset at Gucci when Gucci did the whole thing with the hanging shit. Gucci sales, they were 7.57 billion dollars in 2024. That's not a decrease, by the way. And the total sales for a carrying company that owns Gucci was up to $11 billion, just like a 20% increase on annual revenues. So again, I just listen to Black people. They're so contradictory in their behavior. You're upset with Kanye for saying words. Gucci did the hang a nigga shit. And all they had to do was just be quiet for a while and say sorry. And you went back to the Gucci store because the sales suggest that. And that's particularly in the category of ready to wear. And ready to wear, you know that we predominantly buy a lot of the ready to wear clothing. So I don't know what people be saying when they say they're upset with Kanye. Black people be all over the shop. They be all over the same damn shop they saying Kanye is all over. I'm going on mute.
Hold on. So look, we got
Really?
about 9 minutes left. Hold on, we got 9 minutes left. Vanny, I know you were talking, but I know I got I'm just KO, and I got really Rebecca is still here. I want to get them in before we,
Yeah, I try
before
to
we
see if really
close
can
out.
talk.
So really, can you talk yet?
No, not
Oh,
yet.
so
You got to
close.
go
All
to your
right.
setting. Go to the settings inside. Go to your settings and go to fan base, and then allow fan base to use your microphone. So go inside your settings on your phone, and then go to fan base. Scroll down to your apps and go to fan base, and then allow fan base to use your microphone. You should be able to talk.
Hey Nick, go to your Twitter real quick. I just sent you something.
All right.
Taco Bell,
I'm
Taco
on it.
Bell definitely won. Taco Bell definitely won. See who just reposted their commercial and inserted themselves.
Oh shit. Okay. I'm just KO. Are you there?
Hello. Yes. Can you hear me?
Hey, we can hear you just
Hey.
fine. How you doing?
Good. Good. First time up on stage, so it's really cool. I'll be really quick because I know there's only 9 minutes. Texted it, but I thought that the Rocket commercial was really done very well, and then also how they blasted it on all the markets because I'm here in Las Vegas, and one of our radio show personalities was talking about buying a home, so it kind of made me think of that. I also think that a lot of the commercials were geared towards the women because we know that women watch the game, but they just watch it for the commercials, and it's just an overall consensus in my house. And lastly, I think Kanye is like one of the biggest voices. So a lot of times while we go back and forth, he has a stage and it's fair, not fair, call it what you want. We as Black people want just a strong voice to kind of represent us. And we can't put that on him, but he has that stage. And we're going to go back and forth with him until the end of time. But I think it's just looking for a strong voice to stand up for us. I'm done. Thank you.
So Nick, I don't know if you know, but there's a black guy. He's the CEO of Taco Bell. It's actually my buddy. His name's Sean. So I'm not surprised that they were doing some incredible stuff over there because it's a whole black guy that's in charge of Taco Bell. I'm going on mute.
Who's next?
My bad, guys.
Can
Good.
you-
I want to get good up here as well. Good. Can you talk? Can you get on? Maybe not. Maybe not.
Oh yeah, my bad. I just ran in the
There
store
you go.
real quick.
No, it's all good. All right. So let's see. Vanny, you were saying something before we started getting our people on the stage up. Did you want to go ahead and finish your comment?
Kinda. Well, to me, it's like if Kanye and Trump and Elon have the same target audience, that clearly is not me. And mind you, I am a huge, I'm like you, Nick. Is a huge Kanye fan. Been to every concert, have every album, all of that. But again, he not talking to me right now, so I excuse myself. Are we gonna talk about Kendrick at all? Because I mean, that's
Nope.
marketing too. Oh, you a hater.
Boy, that Drake hate come out quick.
I knew it. I wanted to do the Super Bowl ass, and I knew if I brought Kendrick up, we would have a Kendrick call. So I purposely
100%.
steered away.
It's an Apple marketing thing, right?
Okay, go for it. There you go. Swinging it back around. Go ahead.
I think the whole entire thing was great to me. I was the target audience for this performance. I loved every bit of it. It was very Spike Lee coded. Loved all of that. SZA did her thing. The mic was on, and his mic was not very good in the beginning, but towards the end, it was absolutely on. All the references, all the Easter eggs, all of it was just chef's kiss. I loved it, and that's all I'm gonna say because I definitely just wanted to at least mention his name in this conversation.
Oh my God. Really, Rebecca, your mic working? That ain't really Rebecca. It ain't working.
I wanted to say one more commercial. Even though it's not a Super Bowl new commercial, but I really enjoy the Kenya Barris Coke commercial, which they showed a clip of last night as well.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's hella dope. That's a hella
Yeah,
dope commercial.
yeah, yes. In the long version, which I think is like 6 minutes or 7 minutes, is
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah, it's incredible.
It's a good
What's the ad?
time.
What
The
is it?
Kenya Barris Coke commercial with like
Laura London,
Lauren London, everybody.
Omari
Oh, I didn't see
Hardwick.
that one. Oh, no.
Yeah.
It's like a 70s like style commercial.
Well,
I seen that.
they go all the way from 75 to 2025. It's like 6 different 1 minute spots. It's like six 1 minute spots. They go from 75, 85, 95, 2005, 2015, and 2025.
It was AI fear mongering, basically.
Right.
Oh,
That's hilarious.
what?
AI fear mongering. That's hilarious.
Maybe next week we'll go through and say who just flushed $8 million down the toilet because their ad was bad.
I mean,
Absolutely.
I saw some
Yeah.
bad ads.
some hit and some didn't hit. But yeah, uh, the Kendrick halftime performance. Yeah, I was having actual trouble hearing the performance. I wanted to
His
actually
mic
hear
was
the
low.
performance.
His mic
Yeah,
was
that's what,
low.
and
You can hear him
we were in here
bottom.
thinking it was the TV. We were in here thinking it was the TV, and it was like, is the TV messed up? And I was like, nah, his mic was mad low. But see, okay, so here from a marketing strategy. So then, from a marketing standpoint, I'll say this, and again, I say this because whenever I open my mouth about this whole situation, everybody get mad at me. I don't get mad, but people get mad. But I felt
Yeah,
like
you about to be wrong because you finna do some Drake caping. I know you
no,
about to do it.
I'm
Go
not about
for it.
no,
Absolutely.
I'm not about to do I'm not Drake caping. What I thought what my comment was I felt that the halftime show was more about Drake than it could have been about Kendrick. That was my point.
No,
Hold on, wait,
You
no,
you
hold on,
missed the
absolutely
guys.
oh.
not.
Hold on, guys. See, listen. Hold on,
You
guys.
missed
If
it, boo
Oh,
boo.
he
You
no,
said
missed
I
it.
didn't.
no.
First of all,
Mm-mm.
I didn't. Hold on. I didn't miss anything. What I'm saying is that if we take the totality of the performance, he teased Not Like Us 2 or 3 times during the performance. He played Not Like
Once.
Us at the end. Squabble Up is about Drake. Euphoria was about Drake. Serena Williams Crip Walking is about Drake. That was a lot of
I
Drake.
agree.
Was a lot
I
of
agree.
Drake. That was a lot. I know Samuel Jackson. Like my point is like this: if you're going to take the stage and make a moment, and I get it, he could have done Not Like Us. I would have taken that moment to come at Trump's head. Like I didn't see him say Trump's name. I heard him say Drake's name. I didn't hear him talk about any of the crazy stuff about deporting people or all that. Like if Kendrick is as politically active and as we all know he is, then that would have been a really great time. And he definitely broached the subject of black people and black history in America and all that kind of stuff. But I would have went all the way with it. With the president in the audience, I would have went in his head. I would have had them like I would have went in his head. That's all I'm
Do
saying.
you
I
think
would
he
have
would? Do you think that would have breached his contract? I would imagine because I was watching. They had. I was watching the news, and it wasn't like traditional news, and they were giving some numbers on how people were feeling about the sentiment of what they wanted to see from the Super Bowl. Do you want to see issues about DEI? And it was like white Americans were 78% no, black Americans 76% yes. Issues on human rights. It was like the basic stuff that all humans want to hear about. Issues on human rights, issues on the betterment of women. Both parties, black and white, agreed at the same rate. So do you think that maybe Apple would have been like, no, you can't really go in that angle because they're responsible for his contract in Rock Nation. So what do you think about
I
that,
mean,
Derek?
I don't. Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know. Like I said, I think I think the show was very Drake centered, and I feel like people were like
I really
really.
agree with you on that.
I
I didn't understand it, and I didn't understand the skits. It stopped the emotional groove, the flow. I was like, why did he do that skit? Why did he do the I want to do their song, but you know they may sue? It was literally like
Yeah, that's what
80%
I'm saying.
Drake.
It's like he talking a lot about like, yo, that's a lot. Like that was a lot. But anyway,
And it was mixed. It
uh,
was mixed messages too, because
yeah,
I knew he was trying to do like the red and red, blue and white flag, mixed Crip Bloods. This is how they treating us in America. Uncle Tom, Sam, telling, hey, you better be humble, you black boy, you better stop rapping. So I got that part, but Drake was so embedded in it, it kind of got lost
and
in the Drakeness, in the
God,
Drakeism of going on mute.
God forbid you say it on the internet, boy. They was on my head. I was like, man,
To
they was
y'all, it did that to y'all. It
no,
did
no, no,
that
no,
to
no, no.
Exactly.
y'all because y'all
It,
like it.
But
I totally disagree. And the reason I do is because all of just the and this is what I was saying on my live earlier. I really want for us not to need a TikTok or a dissertation or a paragraph to break down black art and what black art is. And that performance was art. Did he mention it was his biggest record of the year? Of course, he mentioned Drake. Yay, hooray. Even that song, even Not Like Us, is not all about Drake. It's about impersonating black American culture. I'm not African American and I got it. And I was
so
educated. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. Like, I really struggle when people say this was whack, this was boring. When somebody put African American art on a made stage and people just like, oh, it was all about Drake. It was not about Drake. It's
Well,
about
what,
the
Vanny?
impersonation.
Vanny, hold on, wait. See, and we about to close it out because it's 11 o'clock and everybody got to get to work. But um, again, will always the truth, and the facts will always, you know, speak clearly to the situation. So again, I'm gonna close this out. If that whole situation does not happen last year, is Kendrick doing this halftime show? The answer is no. So when I mean that this whole situation is about Drake, it's about Drake. Like this whole, like him on that stage is directly tied to Drake, and I think that um, Kendrick has woven his legacy to Drake in a way that Drake has not woven his legacy to Kendrick. That's just me. And again, I think over time, I think that will be revealed in the way that because I was thinking if Drake did the halftime show, Drake would have went up there and did hits. He would have went up there and just did a medley of his biggest records, and I get that. So, and someone
But
said something.
that's the difference, though, Isaac. I mean, you talking about culture versus commercialism.
But
Again, you talking
wait.
about. Wait a minute.
Hold on,
You
Joseph.
talking
Hold
about an
on,
artist that speaks
hold
for
on.
the time.
I heard somebody say that, and I think that that's exactly appropriate. I'm saying at the Super Bowl, and somebody said I felt like the art part of what he was doing did not translate on the Super Bowl stage. It might translate in other because as a matter of fact, I remember when Kendrick has had better performances like at the Grammys with all the men in like prison outfits and they in the water and all that kind of like and with chains on and all that kind of stuff. He's had better performances, right? He's had better, more impactful, potent performances that he's done. And so that's my point is that if I'm watching the Super Bowl, I want to be entertained. I want to see Usher. I want to see if I see Kendrick. I want to see Kendrick do all the cool Kendrick stuff that I know Kendrick does. I want to see Kendrick bring Future out and Janet Jackson out, and I want him to bring all his features out, and I want him to really do all the things,
Hell,
all the hit
Katy
records.
Perry, Taylor Swift
Yeah,
was there. He could have performed with them too.
that's what I'm
I
saying.
agree. I agree.
I want him to do the Bad Blood with Taylor Swift. I want him to do all the songs and really make it a huge performance. And so a lot of times I think people don't necessarily want making the Super Bowl stage a place to showcase your art, which is fine. Again, it's who likes it. But the 99% of the people that were watching the Super Bowl, well, not 99, but a good percentage of people that were watching the Super Bowl halftime show have no idea about this whole situation. So it spoke to who it spoke to, but I think it was a missed opportunity. And this is just saying, okay, wow. When people find out this whole thing was about a beef between two rappers that somebody that Oklahoma has no idea what the Kendrick and Drake beef is, they were like, oh, okay, well, I didn't get it. And
And
that was the
before you
mistake.
close, sir, before you close, so I do agree that we all know that Kendrick is probably top two. He's going beyond top five. Even the OGs are saying that. So I understand that. But here's the thing about it. The reason why I agree with third, I wanted to disagree with him, but the reason why I agree with them is because Black people don't even understand the message that Kendrick is talking about. Kendrick doesn't classify himself as an African American, nor do I. Kendrick is Aboriginal. His message is about Black indigenousness. So Black people that were on this land before the story of the transatlantic slave trade. So to third point, even niggas are not going to understand his message. When you all with the people like the people that's indigenous, they know what he's talking about. When he said they're not like us, he's not talking about African history. He's saying Aboriginal people. We are the originals. His tattoos are all of that stuff. T.G. Lang is in his logo, like the historicity of that. So if the message is going to be confused on both sides, and if I look at that, even me, the reason I know because my family are Aboriginal, so I can say I see what he's saying. But the guys that I grew up with in Detroit, foundational Black dudes from the hood, they do not know what he's talking about. So if the message is going to be confused by white people, the same Black people you grew up in the hood with, just do the damn commercial shit at the Super Bowl and save that for the concert coming up. So that's why I agree with you on that third, because a lot of people think it was, oh, Black Power, African American. No, that is not his doctrine at
Nope.
all. He doesn't classify as African American. I'm going on mute.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, this has been a great Monday morning marketing meeting with Nick Love. I'm sure be back. We'll be back next week to talk about something amazing. Everybody have a great Valentine's Day. You got all the lovers in the building,
You
and we'll
do
see.
as well too. Have a great Valentine's. I'm sorry I couldn't add in. I'm not sure why the
Oh,
volume
you
was.
back now? Yeah, we'll get you
Yes,
next week.
sir. I'm back.
Pull
I'm
up,
back.
pull up next week.
Yeah, I'll pull up next week
Okay.
and definitely enjoy being a part of this. Thank you very
All right,
much.
guys. Have a good day.
All right. Take care.
Yep.
Peace.
All right, you guys. You got that episode of Nick Love and Isaac with Monday morning marketing. It is February 10th, 2025, and as he said, happy Valentine's if you believe in that. If you Valentine's love is every day, not just on the 14th. But if you guys do that, enjoy. And we'll see you again tomorrow, Tuesday, for the Town Hall Invest with the CTO Rama. Thanks for listening. Bye for now.